A lot of people speak about spiritual warfare, especially in the community of believers, in churches, in congregations, and often it's about pulling down strongholds. Those are thought patterns that we have grown into, though to us growing up in the world. But I want to inform you, you may have already noticed it, that strongholds go much deeper than just thinking patterns. Strongholds are established ideas that we cannot perceive to be established ideas anymore because they've become native unto us. For example, when you go through history and you see pictures, they didn't really have movies back then, of the 19th century, how in the south of the United States, I know there were also other places it happened, but in the south of the United States, you see how they lynched people of color, also Native Americans. I mean, talk about the real natives of that continent. And you see people cheering, laughing at parties while someone is hanging over there or when a body is being burnt. We tend to think, what the heck is wrong with those people? Why are they so psychotic? Here's the thing, it is psychotic. And it's very weird that those people were capable of enjoying and being at ease with something like that. But here's the thing, it was a stronghold that people of color had no soul. Therefore, they were less human than they are. And this idea was perpetrated over and over again throughout generations, so it became accepted as a natural fact, even though it's just a social construction. A social construction that has no basis in reality whatsoever. There are a lot of people of Caucasian descent. You can call them white people, but I prefer to call them people of Caucasian descent that go through history. They see such things and they become quite uncomfortable. They especially become uncomfortable when someone else from Caucasian descent is defending it. Look, a stronghold in itself doesn't have to be something wrong. But when there are strongholds that are not in agreement with Christ, when those thoughts are exalting themselves against the knowledge of God, then it's a danger. But in order to be delivered, you need to agree with Christ. Some people think that becoming born again, that's okay. When you're born again, you're saved. For now, you need to be delivered in your thinking. Because understand this, your thoughts give off a vibration. So your thoughts generate an energy, because what they call the aura, which is an extension of the soul. You are a spirit being with a soul, live in a body, so your thoughts give off a vibration into the atmosphere, into the environment. And I have my phone at the wall, that's why you see my hand often. Okay, look. The thoughts you have are either glorifying the Most High, they're glorifying Jesus Christ, or you're calling the Messiah, or they are glorifying the paranormal side and all the entities that are living and operating in the paranormal. Even positive thoughts that make you feel better, that are not in line with Christ, they are feeding the paranormal. I want to give an example. For example, someone doesn't like you, okay? And why? They point out because you talk too much, or you need to learn respect. Now, first of all, respect is a social construction. It's not something natural. And when is someone talking too much? What's the line? And someone doesn't like, someone is meditating negative about you, putting you in a negative category. Hold on a minute, that's what they're doing. And they shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't meditate negative on anyone. So their thinking is wrong. But they don't want to face and see that they are wrong. So they are projecting the pain of their negative meditation upon you, blaming you, that they don't like you. And look at this. A lot of people have been taught to be respectful, kind, and polite. So we tend to avoid people that don't like us, especially if they came out and said it. Now hold on a minute. Aren't they the ones meditating negative? So why should you be limited because they are the ones operating in darkness? Now, of course, when people become violent towards you, of course you should avoid them. You should move away from danger. But you should never accept a burden that the Most High did not give to you. Those other people that choose to meditate negative about you, they're the ones in sin. They're the ones operating in darkness. And they're the ones responsible for the waste energy that's around them that they give up to the client. So when this waste is bothering them and affecting them, their environment, who's responsible? They are, not you. But people often blame themselves. Victim blame is something common in the world, and often we blame ourselves for stuff that we cannot be blamed for. That's also a stronghold. Why? Because you're lying to yourself. Because it isn't you meditating in the negative. Even if you had flaws or some ugly sides, they still should not meditate negative. They should still have no right and no permission with their so-called free will to generate negativity in the climate, to feed demons. They have no right to do that. But a lot of people take it personally. No. That's also a stronghold. And there are many strongholds. I'm not going to talk about all strongholds because I can spend years making YouTube videos to analyze the strongholds. I'm not going to do that. Agree with Christ. Agree with the Messiah. That's the only protection there really is. Yes, it's not you protecting yourself by agreeing with Christ. No, it's not by works. Let me make this plain. It's not you protecting yourself. Okay, it's not you. It's a protection. It's a supernatural protection from the Most High that you operate in. The protection is there, and you agree with it. That's why the protection works out through you. So it is. But when you don't agree with Christ, but you operate in darkness, you're basically putting down your armor. Look, about this thing of not liking you or not liking someone, when this pain, this hurt, because they are hurt because of something, when this hurt is maintained over a while, that not liking will turn into hatred. And that hatred will turn into bitter rage. In a psychotic, homicidal urges. That's what it will turn into. When people are projecting their pain onto you, they always will come with some accusation to justify how they're feeling and to be let off the hook. And 99% of the time, the world will agree with them. But listen, don't agree with it. Don't you agree with it. Because accusation will always lead to a physical assassination. Always. When we think of witchcraft, when we think of witches, we think about those women with black clothes, those pointy hats, who are walking around with black lipstick, feeling sad, with pentagrams on as jewelry, or satanic symbols as tattoos, reading from books, and screaming out loud around a campfire. That's what people think of witches. That's the idea we get of witchcraft. But let me tell you, anytime you have a collective meditating negative upon someone else, that's witchcraft. Even though those people are not witches because they're not inaugurated into the occult, they're still operating in witchcraft. Can you prevent people from operating in witchcraft? No. But you should wear the full armor of God. Because listen, you can walk with a bulletproof vest. You can walk around with a gun. You can even learn those martial arts tricks of how to take someone down. But understand this. None of those things will prevent harm from happening. Some of those things may help you cope after violence has happened, but they will never, under any circumstance, they will never protect you. They won't. So the only protection you have, and I'm going to mention it one more time, is to agree with Christ. Well, I'm outside making my videos now. I'm about to go home soon. I still wanted to record this just to warn you. Agree with Christ. Wear the full armor of God. Don't rely upon your own understanding. Don't. Well, that being said, be at peace.